Hey there, horror movie tea sippers.
The following podcast episode will contain spoilers for the movie we are about to review. If you have not seen the movie and do not wish to have anything ruined prematurely, please do not continue to watch or listen until you have seen the movie.
And welcome to the Horror Movie Tea Podcast. Today we are covering The Invitation, which came out in 2022. But before we go into the review, let's grab our cups and talk about tea. So last week we covered The Wolfman, and this week we are covering vampires. So, but yes. Oh, I forgot to, well, that's fine. I am drinking the Sleepy Hollow Pumpkin Chai Black Tea, and the handwriting, or not the handwriting, but the print on the back with the ingredients is too tiny that neither me or Jess can read it very well, so...
And there's a lot in there.
Yeah, so there you go.
Don't come at us for that. Look it up yourself.
I will try and find the link. It is like a local homemade, I don't know if that's the right, but it's locally made.
Bookstore made.
Yeah, so... Yes. But for our tea sippers out there, brew yourself a cup of tea, sit back, relax, and we hope you enjoy the review. So our main character, Evie, had lost her father when she was younger and unfortunately recently lost her mother. And from a catering job that she did, she got a free DNA test. And so she decided to go ahead and take it. And that caused a second cousin to reach out to her. And he is from the UK, and so he comes to the US and meets with her because he just so happens to be on like a business trip or whatever. And he insists that she comes to the UK to go to a wedding that's going on. Well, she goes there, and
Shenanigans ensue.
Yeah, lots of shenanigans ensue.
Involving the host.
Yes. I mean, technically with a few of the other ones, but yeah,
well, yeah, mainly the host of the place she's staying at.
Yes.
So
yeah.
Yeah.
So for entertainment, I will say we'll get to the realism on some of the choices that were made, especially in the beginning.
Choices. Yes, there were.
But I will say, like, when she's in the situation and she's fighting back.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, yeah!
Like, dude, I want a sequel.
I know!
Or a spin-off series or something with her and her friend.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I was very much entertained.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like there's almost like similar movies that just didn't scratch the itch as well as this one did. So I give it a 7.75. Like, I will be watching this again. It was quite enjoyable. And I like it's, I don't know. I feel like it almost felt like a more fresh take on vampires as far as like the setup of the story itself. I don't know. And I like the main character.
Like, it implied he was Dracula.
Yeah. And it definitely is like the older type of vampire lore. Not as much as of the newer ones. But no, I very much thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I felt it was very satisfying. It definitely felt like very risky. Not necessarily, I mean, you know, so to a degree her life obviously, but you know, he was actively trying to like convert her or whatever. So, but it's like the danger that the people helping her had and potentially, like, I mean, they don't, like, explicitly mention this, but it's like, since they kind of know where she was, I would at least picture that if she wasn't cooperating, that they'd threaten, you know, like, her friend and stuff. Like, you could, based off of what they were doing, it was totally in the realm of possibility.
They had already done some preliminary research on her, crime history, and... like, they did a whole workup on her. There was a whole file on his desk about her.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, they definitely would have gotten to her another way. And with all the money and resources that each of the families had, like, it was a problem.
It was.
It would have been a problem.
Yeah. So, and I thought it was interesting, the whole, not lore, but like the, whenever they talk about how they're related and like what, like the great grandmother, I think is a great grandmother, not just a grandmother. Like that whole situation, like I thought it was really interesting. So I don't know, just overall, like I thought like, you know, we'll talk in realism because I have some things to say. But all that aside, I thought the movie felt refreshing, and but it also felt very satisfying.
Oh yeah,
and especially at the end when they bring the friend back in, it's like yes. So yeah, that's what I got.
So I would 100% watch a spinoff series of her and her friend going all vigilante on the families. We don't know exactly how many actual vampires there were. At the mansion, they implied there were only the 3 until she was partially turned. So... it seems like there weren't many, but they had strong allies from the families. Because each of them would offer up one of their female descendants as like one of his quote-unquote brides. Until one of them would pass, and then they'd offer up the next one. So it was a very interesting take. It definitely was refreshing to go kind of back to vampire roots and vampire lore. It wasn't all the angsty love interest kind of thing. Not entirely. There was some seduction and some self-deprecating comments and things like that, which she called him out on, which I liked. But they were 100% a problem. Like, they were bad. They were eating people. Like, they were vicious, kind of ruthless. They took 0 prisoners.
Yeah.
Unless they were just holding on to them for later, for a snack later.
It made you understand how dangerous they were.
Yes.
And if you had any slight deviation in loyalty, how quickly you would be gone.
Yes. For sure. Like, the people working for them were scared of them for a valid reason. And not just because they were powerful money-wise or status-wise. It was they were predators. And they would eat you.
Yeah. Like, they did not look at the people as, like, empathetically or whatever.
Absolutely
they did not. It was just themselves and others, and that was it.
For sure. So, honestly, I give this one a 7.5 with the potential of going higher later on. I do seem to enjoy it a little more and find or notice something a little different every time I watch it. And I really appreciate it more each time. And I love the main character and her friend and their interactions. It's great. There are a few choices that were made that were definitely movies got a movie, and a lot of red flags ignored. Yes. Again, movies gotta continue on somehow, but choices were made. And it takes me out of the movie experience a little bit for some of those.
Yeah. It's almost like I wasn't quite yelling at the screen, but there were a few that I was like, really?
This is how you die. Like, this is how you disappear and get taken and die. Like, this is a problem. This is not how most people would react. But okay, sure, that's fine. And then, I don't know. I feel like the best friend made it better. Because at least she was like, I sense some red flags here. Are you sure you want to do this? Also, okay, if you are doing this, you need to send me a picture of that license plate. You need to have regular check-ins with me.
That was smart.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And I'm sorry, but probably like first check-in you miss, I'm on a plane. I'll give you a couple of calls while I'm at the airport waiting, but I'm on a plane. So that's what I got for entertainment. It was refreshing to have this kind of vampire movie again.
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't all need to be angsty, centuries old vampires going to high school.
God. Yeah, it's very much like an intense, dangerous, but also fun movie. So, for realism, I give it a 1.5.
I knew you'd give it a low one.
Like,
it's hard not to give it a low one. I mean,
like, first of all, well, first, I kind of want to know, like, what type of conference they were catering for where they would give out free DNA tests. Because those aren't cheap.
It was for that specific company. The company that did the DNA tests, it was that company. Okay. So they were giving away free ones to the people that attended, and her friend just happened to swipe one.
Right, I know. But, okay, so no complaints there. Mm-hmm. But, first of all, no offense to second cousins out there, but who gives a fuck if they're a second cousin? I mean, that's not...
I was questioning whether he was actually a second cousin. I need the definition. I'm not very good with what makes a second cousin or third cousin or something, but I feel like they would have been further removed from that.
I mean, second cousin is fairly well removed from my understanding. Okay, so we
looked it up.
we looked it up, and a second cousin is a family member who shares the same great-grandparents to you, but not the same grandparents. So that would mean that he would have to be the Dracula host guy's son.
Yeah. Or, like, directly descended from him.
Yeah.
Which doesn't really make sense. That was most likely his great aunt. Like his great grandfather's sister.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's like I understand. The Evie, the main character, had completely valid motivation for wanting to do the DNA test because she wanted to find connection. Mm-hmm. But first of all, friends can be your family, and she has a very good best friend.
She had a chosen family.
Yes, a chosen family.
Mm-hmm.
And then second, it's a second cousin. Who cares?
Who lives in a completely different country.
Not related. Like, I don't know.
He lived in a completely different country.
Yeah, he lived in a completely different country. Yeah.
Different backgrounds, had never spoken before ever.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
And I'm calling BS on the second cousin thing anyway, so.
Yeah, the second cousin thing is already shaky. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, so that's the first thing. And then the second thing is she literally just met him. Mm-hmm. If he's actually her second cousin, he's still practically a stranger to her.
Yes.
And so why would she accept the invitation? Like, I know he was pushing.
Don't know you from Adam. Like,
but push back and be like, no, I really can't.
That's
I don't
a big
feel
ask.
comfortable.
Like,
I'm going to have to get to know you better.
If it was maybe the next state over, like a couple hours away, maybe. Sure, I can go stay nearby, like at a hotel or something nearby for the wedding and just meet everyone. But no, I'm not going to fly out to a different country altogether and stay not even at the family's house. It was some other person's house, some other family's estate.
Yeah. Like that.
To a wedding I wasn't even invited to.
And it's like, to be fair, I am not on any of the DNA sites, so I don't know how easily you can scam someone to you know, create a profile and say, oh, or if it's only based off of the results.
I think it's only based off the results.
I was like, I wonder how easily you could hack that or like,
well,
mess with it.
The point of it was he was looking for someone specifically from their family. Yeah. So he didn't care about anyone
I know. Like for like his purpose, we know.
Yeah.
But like from the perspective of her, I would be like, you know, he's claiming to be the second cousin, rather than like a closer family member, and then so it's like, so he could, I don't know, I could just see. It's like if it were me, I would be like, is he trying to not necessarily scam, but does he have some ulterior motives?
Yeah.
Because the pushiness and the fact that he just met her.
Yeah, there were so many red flags.
So many red flags.
So many.
And then
she gets there, and the way that the wait staff was treated, like the maid.
Yeah, it really bothered me that they had numbers on their outfits.
Thank
like
you.
That already.
Thank you.
That was not just me.
I'm like, oh, this isn't a problem at all. This isn't concerning at all. Nobody had questions about this.
Yeah, because, I mean, you know, I know for, like, Taidi, they're like, oh, this is my name. But as soon as they walked out with numbers, I'm like, oh, my God. Do the people in the house, like, just refer to them as a number?
No. Yeah, no, this is a problem. This is not okay.
Yeah, but that just...
It was so dehumanizing, which is another big red flag.
Yes.
It makes sense when you know that the man of the estate is a vampire.
But, like, another huge red flag is how, like, the butler, like, treated...
He was an a-hole and a half.
The staff.
I was so glad when he was unalived.
But, like, it's like, if the butler is like that, and the host... you know, is his boss, I mean, that should be a red flag to tell you what kind of person the host is.
For him to allow it and not say anything against it. Like, he apologized to her afterwards, but he didn't, like, tell him. He said he would talk to him, but we know he didn't.
Right. And it's like the fact that... It's like the fact that he was acting like that means that the host was probably expecting it to be like that. And so that should be a huge red flag. Just, she just... And then, okay, so whenever she is starting to retaliate against the whole marriage thing, I feel like they didn't really do a lot to make sure that she was complying. Because, like, whenever it's like she was walking up to the aisle and all of that, and they were just like, oh yeah, she's willing now. But it's like, I don't know, I feel like they weren't skeptical enough. They were a little bit too...
I chalk that up to arrogance, honestly.
I can see that.
And it's not like they had to, like, pull her down the aisle.
Right.
Like, she was walking down there with him. Now, obviously, they didn't know that she was planning on taking his blood and then starting up her revenge story. But...
Well, you would have thought that they would... I know it's probably because they're arrogant, but it's like, they're also supposed to be intelligent. Mm-hmm. And I would have thought that would be something that they would have thought of.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know.
And planned for.
Yeah. But...
They made it seem like she took a lot of his blood, too. Like, she drank a lot of it down.
Yeah, because he seemed almost, like, weakened or... Yeah.
But I feel like it can't have been that much. Just to be perfectly honest. I feel like it can't have been that much that she took. That, especially with a centuries-old vampire like him, it seemed a little... Movie's got a movie.
One thing I thought it was cool, though, is, like, you see how powerful she is, and it just, like, reaffirms how much more powerful the other vampires are. I mean...
And should have been.
Yes.
Because I felt like they were relatively easy to dispatch.
Yeah.
All things considered.
Yeah, it's, like, a lot of... The scenes were satisfying, but there were, like, things here and there that's, like, you kind of wish that there was more of a struggle or a fight, and that would have made it even more satisfying.
I did appreciate how, with the other two wives, they had different reactions to the whole scenario. Like, the first one, the one that had been there the longest, the bitchier one, she was accepting because she wanted the eternal youth.
Yeah.
And to live even longer than she already had and continue that lifestyle and all. She was obviously completely 100% in it. That being said, she felt like she was entitled to basically a higher position and wanted to essentially put her in her place. While the other one longed for community and harmony. Like, she didn't seem to really fully enjoy having to drink blood from the staff and all and other people, but she liked the benefits that it came with.
Yeah.
And she also did mention that one, she always wanted a sister, and it seemed like she and the other girl weren't as close as she would have liked. But also that while she hadn't been there as long as the other girl, they were both taken in to be his brides at times when women weren't really given many other opportunities.
Yeah.
So, like, they couldn't own lands, they couldn't have jobs or other prospects. It was very difficult to secure a comfortable or easygoing lifestyle. So when they're offered, okay, yeah, you have to drink blood and kill people, but you've got a nice home, security, eternal youth, essentially, like, I can see how she would be, like, compliant and complacent in it.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see the different reactions, and the fact that the main girl, Evie, is like, absolutely not. F you for even implying that this would be okay. This is in no way okay.
I love how, like, horrified she is on, like, how they treat the humans.
Like, these are people. You used to be a person. How can you be okay with this? And, like, the benefits are not worth it to her at all. And she has a much stronger moral compass for sure. And
I
was
almost
living for the ending. She was a badass and I loved it.
almost feels like with how rich and pompous they make the vampires, almost feels like, oh, this is like billionaires versus like the average person or whatever.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. And
Whereas like they just live in a whole different world.
they do. They really do.
Yeah.
And you kind of root for her when she gets away.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I gave a rating. I give it a 1. But she almost made it too. I feel like if she'd have just kept going, I know she was probably beyond exhausted at that point and just needed some place to rest, if nothing else. But, like, could have kept going. I feel like the next village over would kind of be in their orbit still. So
Yeah, I feel like
the locals would kind of know what's up.
yeah, that was my thought too. It's like I would just assume that like everybody was the enemy, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Just because
would-
of the type of influence that the family.
Oh, that would for
seemed to
sure
have.
give me trust issues.
Yeah.
So I did also count off for in the very beginning when we see Evie's great grandmother, her death scene. She grabs piano wire, which I can 100% believe that the force of her going over the ledge,
Yeah.
especially holding a heavy statue like that, that would definitely cause the head removal. However, only the head falls to the floor. Where's
Yes.
the body?
Yeah, I wondered that too.
Where's the body?
Also, the piano strings seem kind of thick.
I could understand it if it was from a lower note. Because the lower the note, the thicker the strand.
That makes
The higher the note, the thinner the wire. So, that made sense.
So, but no, definitely feel like this is worth a watch. It's definitely like a different flavor of vampire movie, but I'm not mad at it. It was fun.
Yeah.
So, but thank you for joining us today and let us know what you thought of the movie. If you'd like to recommend a movie, game, or tea, you can leave us a comment or join our Discord. And if you'd like to keep up to date with our content, you can find our link tree listed below.
Yes. And if you'd like to support us monetarily, we have our Teespring and PayPal, and you can find all of those sites mentioned linked below. But until the next time, guys, stay safe and stay spoopy.
Bye!